All right, there you hear the national anthem. We're moments away from puck drop here at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, Maryland. Matt Fusillo, Benji Ferraro, your hosts tonight on the Maryland Hockey Network. We thank you for joining us. Terrapins and Blue Hens, their first matchup of the year, a mock conference matchup. Blue Hens, as Benji stated earlier, 0-7 on the year. Terps are 4-0. So far this season, the Terps defeated JMU 9-3, Georgetown 6-0, George Washington 8-5, and Stevenson last weekend 6-2. Maryland wearing their black jerseys with red helmets, black pants, black socks. Delaware with white jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets, and white socks. Your starters for the Terps, same as usual. Eden Healy-Beganowski, Teske Tomaszewski, and Pelletier in net. The Blue Hens, Patrick Flaherty, Will Jowett, Dylan Green, Vincenzo Variali, Saunders Penn, and Joe Hooper in the pipes. This is Teske behind the Terps net. He controls, gives it over for Liam Eden. The captain up toward center ice toward his line mate Tucker Healy. Healy shooting one. That one's blocked. In the corner goes to Chase Eden. Jostled at by Flaherty. And it's dumped in by Tomaszewski. Now here's Eden behind the net looking for options. Eden over for Healy now. Healy putting on a couple moves. Along the blue line now is Teske. Teske on goal. Tipped off the pipe by Liam Eden. Early look there by the Terps. Here's Eden again. Backhand. That one's blocked, and it goes out of the zone. Here's Teske in his own end. Off the glove of Austin Vecchio. Vecchio now chips one ahead. Shot goes off Peltier's stick. Teske off the boards and out. Rodriguez regroups for the Hens. Pass off the stick of Vecchio. And the Hens will get a line change. That's Trevor Drake in the corner for the Terps. The junior's got 5 goals, 11 points on the early season.
And we've talked about that second line being so important and rounding out that top 6, Matt, and they'll definitely be a factor here tonight.
Top 6 has been very good this year indeed. Eden, Healy, Beganowski, Drake, Newnham, and Muirhead. Here is Newnham. Newnham's got 7 goals already on the year. He flings that one off of Hooper's shoulder into the netting for a whistle. So 2 minutes and 4 seconds into this one. Terps get a couple shots, including that tip off the post.
And the Blue Hens know they need to start off quick. They've only scored 2 goals in only 1 of their last 5 games. So they know they need to get off fast just to keep up with this Maryland offense.
Maryland offense has been very powerful so far this year. They've scored 6 goals or more in every game. As we rattled off those scores against the prior 4 teams they played. Checked by Bozin. Here's Drake, a shot. That one goes off of Hooper. Now behind the net. Bozin on the ice with Newnham and Drake. Playing in his 2nd game of the season. The sophomore from Germantown. Off the glass goes Nauman. Now there's Joey Takis, number 28. Giveaway, it's taken by Josh Flam.
Maryland already doing a nice job of keeping the puck in Delaware's offensive zone, being able to keep the puck outside of Pelletier.
Saucer too high to control by Takis, but here comes Bozin. Bozin gets hit hard, goes down to the ice by Flam. Now DePoy goes down. Teske chips one ahead for Takis. We'll see how the third line looks tonight. They've been together, Takis, DePoy, and Duchesne every game so far, but no Duchesne tonight, so Bozin's in on the right side.
And the Terps do have quite a bit of injuries coming into tonight, so we're really about to see who steps up and who's filled in the third line especially.
DePoy moving in. Looks like that was offside, but they don't call anything. And now they do.
Better late than never.
Exactly. So we'll take this into the neutral zone. Terps offside. On the ice is the fourth line. Chase Wilson, Matthew Kravitsky, Andrew McMenamin, with Teskey and Jetson Koo on defense. Into the corner, the Hens chase. Evan Oginski. Here's Kravitsky. Pass goes out of the zone. Icing is waved off. Chased by Patrick Flaherty. He dumps it around. Here's Saunders Penn. For Vincenzo Variali.
Delaware so far getting stymied by the Maryland defense. Really not be able to sustain a lot of high-quality shots thus far.
Slashed in by Jason Liu. And it's taken by Matt Crane. There's a shot off the stick of Saunders Penn. And it's covered by Henry Pelletier for a whistle.
And for this Blue Hens team, they have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores on this team. So you're definitely going to see a lot of those younger players have a bigger role tonight, and as well as the rest of their season.
There's Tucker Healy along the boards, taken out, and Matt Crane. Pushed ahead by Tomaszewski. Now here's James Body. Taken away by the Hens once again. Jason Liu. Austin Vecchio can't control that. Here come the Terps. Offsides waved off. Beganowski shooting one into the glass. Looking for his second goal of the season. Eden keeps it in. Beganowski steps in to help. Someone lost their stick. It's Matt Crane for the Blue Hens. Here's Jason Liu behind the net. Gives it over for Rodriguez. Rodriguez for Crane. And it's picked off by Healy. Backhand ones for Eden. Eden back for Healy. Now here's Eden again. Shooting. Saved by Hooper. Off the chest. Eden again now. Bobbled and diving is Tomaszewski, it looks like. Here come the Hens. Rodriguez. 2-on-2. Rodriguez shoots, covered by Pelletier for a whistle.
And Maryland maybe not as accustomed to this start as last game against Stevenson. They had a goal right in the first 2 minutes of the game. So they're going to definitely have to be patient and wait for those shots to come.
Face off to the left of Pelletier. One back by the Terps. That's Newnham. Pass by Airy, too far out of reach. It's smashed in by Michael Nauman. Airy looking for Muirhead. Muirhead gives a bump into Flam. He dumps it in. Chasing is Drake. Now here's Patrick Swain. Flicked out and gloved by Airy. Here comes Newnham. Newnham a quick dangle, but he loses the puck.
And Newnham, the team's leading scorer, 12 points. You know that the Blue Hens are going to definitely focus on him. Stop Terrapin's attack. Maryland really going to have to utilize their depth tonight if they know that coming in.
Speaking of Newnham, he gives it over for Trevor Drake. But it's taken by Jake Quinn. Here's Flam with the puck, crossing over center ice into the offensive zone. Picked off by Muirhead, and Muirhead will fling it to safety. Drake now. Newnham controls as he gets checked into the boards. Here's Teskey now. Muirhead gets the bench. Now Drake goes. And Takis comes on. Staring feet in front for Takis. Can't handle it. Shot by Teskey. That one wouldn't go either. Teskey now toward the front of the net. Rebound saved by Hooper. It was tipped by Newnham. And Takis got the rebound. And here's Bozen fanning on it. That one goes into the netting for a whistle.
Lots of great opportunities there by Maryland. Just not able to capitalize. Credit to Hooper, Delaware goaltender, making some great saves. But Maryland is generating a lot of quick shots so far. Just haven't been able to capitalize yet. But if they continue this pressure on offense, I think they'll certainly break through.
Good chances there by the Terps. Couple redirections early. They're getting rebounds. That's what you like to see.
Just keeping possessions alive. That's what the game is all about.
Now, despite Delaware's 0-7 record so far this season, they might not be as telling as you might think. They're still a tough opponent. Last year they played, it was Maryland's first game of the season, first game in 2 years because of the COVID shutdown the year prior to that. And the Terps lost 7-0, and they only played 2 periods. They didn't play a full game because there was a pane of glass that broke toward the end of the second period, and they couldn't get it repaired, so they only played 40 minutes. They had to stop it early.
It just shows how much a year difference makes.
This is also a new Terps team.
I mean, for both sides, a lot of new people coming in. Obviously, Noonan for Maryland already making a big impact, and for Delaware, maybe more of a negative impact at the beginning of the season. But it's a long season, and we'll continue to see it progress.
Lead pass for Beganowski moving in. Beganowski saved by Hooper. He had to hustle over to that puck to get to it, and he was able to get the shot off, but we got a delayed penalty here, it looks like. It's going to be on the Hens. And there's the whistle. And we'll see who's going to the box. Looks like Michael Buckman. So the Terps will get an early power play here. 11:02 left in the first period, 0-0 hockey game. Healy, Beganowski, Eden, Teskey, Newnham. The usual 5 on the power play. It's won back by Delaware. That's Jake Quinn. Newnham controls on the point. It comes out, though. Teskey regroups for the Terps. Sauces it over for Newnham. Newnham ahead. Now Healy for Eden. Eden shooting. Covered by Hooper. Here's Healy on the faceoff. He wins this one now. Newnham controls. 1:36 to power play time. Teskey for Eden. Eden in front, looking for Beganowski. Cleared off the skate of Teskey. Racing ahead is Quinn. Quinn gets to the loose puck. Shooting. It's blockered away by Peltier. Behind the net now, Newnham. Drops it back for Teskey. Now Teskey drops it for Eden. 1:11 left on the power play. Here comes Eden. He fires it in. Gets checked into the glass by Swain. Right in front for Eden. And that one was redirected out of play. Good tip by Dylan Green getting a stick on it. Eden had time and space. He used that time and space. And he ripped that one.
It's a common thing here in the first period. Maryland be able to get some close proximity shots off, but Hooper for Delaware just coming up big and getting in front.
Second unit's out. DePoy, Muirhead, Tomaszewski, Drake. And it looks like it's Airy on that right side. Yes, it is Airy, number 21. Here's Tomaszewski. Gives it over for Airy. Airy shooting. That one goes into the glass. Now here's Trevor Drake. Drake over for Tomaszewski shooting. A big glove save by Hooper. Maybe the biggest save of the night so far.
Just a beautiful glove save.
Faceoff's won by DePoy, but it's quickly picked off by Vecchio. Now Airy takes control. 38 seconds left of power play time. Off the stick of Drake towards center ice. Here comes Drake. Drake looking for options. It's taken by Patrick Swain. Swain looking to kill time. He dumps it in, gets to the bench. Here's Tomaszewski. Muirhead entering the zone. You're opposite for Drake. Drake now. That just about does it for power play time. 3 seconds left. Delayed offside, but here comes Drake. Buckman's out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. Dumped in by Vecchio. He gets to the bench. So an unsuccessful power play for the Terps. Not too many chances there. Good penalty kill by the Blue Hens. There's a giveaway as that pass goes into the corner off the stick of Tomaitis. Now here's Chase Wilson for DePoy. DePoy fires it in, and they'll get a change. That's going to be an icing. Or is it? Yes, it is. So Drake comes back on, and so does DePoy and Airy. Obviously, with that icing rule, he's got to keep the same men on the ice. So they hop back out. Face-off is won back by the Hens. Along the point is Dylan Green. Now it goes into the corner. Behind the net now. Here's Chase Wilson. Wilson's flagged off of that one and dumped in. Shot by Saunders Penn, covered by Peltier for the whistle. 8:11 left in the first period, 0-0 hockey game.
Give credit to the Hens. They've really been able to stay in this game, even though they've gotten outshot. They've really been able to be gritty and just really grind for possessions.
Here comes Matthew Kravitsky, the fourth line center. He's checked and goes down. Pass just out of reach for James Body. Now there's Penn shooting wide of the net. Andrew McMenamin gets hit. Now Kravitsky goes down. We got a penalty. That's going to be a trip. So the Terps will go right back to the power play. Easy tripping call there. So another 2 minutes on the net advantage. And this is going to be Jason Liu. So that first unit comes back out for the Terps. Eden trying to collect the puck now. He does. In the corner, he drops it for Healy. Beganowski tries chopping one. I don't think Hooper knew where that was. Healy spends a lot of time behind the net on this power play. Now he gets in front. Eden, back for Teskey. In front for Newnham, shooting, and he scores. Max Newnham, 8th goal of the season, 1-0 Maryland.
He talks about that top six, especially that second line stepping up, and Newnham all so far this season has been able to just break through with goals and assists, and he gets his 8th there. Maryland continuing to show how their first two lines dominant in scoring.
So the power play, after not getting too many chances on their first attempt, second attempt, he buries one. And what's going on here? Jason Liu is going back into the box. And are we going to have another penalty?
Seem to be having a conversation before with the refs. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
It's a little bit hard to tell what the conversation is up here. That's Aiden Jones, one of the goalies for Maryland, who's spending tonight in the scorers table. He's talking with the refs. There's a score sheet in hand. Now Patrick Swain comes over to talk to one of the officials. So does Liam Eden. So Lou is in the box. Nobody in the box for the Terps. The Hens have 5 skaters on the ice, though. And now Lou is...
We believe he's still in the box, Matt, I believe.
Yeah, that is him sitting on the bench.
So this must be a separate infraction that's not impacting the current setup here on the ice.
So it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey. Not sure what that was about. We'll go downstairs during the intermission. We'll provide you all with an update on what that was. So we play on 5-on-5 hockey. Beganowski up ahead for Healy. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Healy has Eden with him. Centering feed off the stick of Eden. Here's Healy now. Drops it for Body. Body. Here's Eden behind the net. Healy. Healy, a nice move, but he goes down. Healy gets bumped into, controlled by Beganowski. Here's Body in front. That one is tipped. Beganowski shooting, and that one goes into the chest of Hooper for the whistle.
That was right off a turnover from Delaware. Maryland just got it right back. Unable to capitalize there, but Blue Hens definitely being careless in their own offensive zone.
Beganowski's gotten quite a few chances as well tonight. Looking good early. 6:45 left in the first period. 1-0 hockey game. Maryland on top. Third line's out there for the Terps. John Tomaitis on the faceoff for the Hens. Going up against Andrew DePoy. It's won back by DePoy. Shot by Brandon Chen, number 31, playing in his first game as a D2 Terp. Chen nurses it over for Airy. Played ahead for Bazin. Taken away, no offside. Coach Giramonti wanted one there. Now here's DePoy. A lot of congestion in the neutral zone so far tonight for both sides.
Lots of turnovers happening there.
Puck goes past Peltier. Just like that, there's Green. Airy trying to control it. Goes right in front off Peltier. Shooting one. That one might have gone off the side of the net.
There was a lot of space in that Maryland net for Delaware to capitalize. Good thing for the Terrapins that sailed to the left wider than that.
Here's Muirhead. Looking for Newnham. Newnham drops it back for Muirhead. Muirhead around the boards, back for Newnham again. Newnham getting to the front of the net. He's got Drake with him. Now here's Jetson Koo. Koo gets bumped into. Puck goes out of the zone. Past the stick of Muirhead. 5 minutes left here in the first period. Here are the Blue Hens. Josh Flam. That's going to be an icing.
For Maryland, you're just so used to being up by a lot early. So obviously, not every game has been like that, but obviously a lot of lopsided scores early this season. So Terrapins really going to have to be patient with this one. It's 1-0. You're still winning, getting a lot of shots, but keep with it and keep up the pressure offensively.
Kravitsky on the draw now with McMenamin and Wilson. Itzkovich and Tomaszewski along the blue line. Here's Itzkovich. Right in front for Kravitsky shooting. Covered by Hooper. Down goes Wilson.
looks like Hooper might have got some contact on that one.
Wilson tried jamming at that, looking for a rebound. He falls over Hooper. So we'll do this again on the right side. Kravitsky wins it back. Itzkovich. Chopped at by Nauman. Kravitsky gets checked along the corner. Now he steps back in once again. Itzkovich goes back to chase. Wrapping one around for McMenamin. The two number twos battle for it. Now behind the net. Here's McMenamin trying to get it out. Puck is chipped up. And now taken by Aiden Rodriguez. Rodriguez fires it in. Padded by Peltier and Tomaszewski now. Putting on a nifty move, gives to Beganowski. McMenamin goes to the bench. Eden comes on. Here are the Blue Hens behind the net. Itzkovich. Shooting one. Michael Buckman goes wide of the net. Eden gets it ahead. Now here's Beganowski. He's got Healy with him. Healy is in, moving and covered. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Eden drops it back for body shooting. That one's blocked. Hooper came about 10 feet outside of the net.
Unbelievable sequence. Just tons of Maryland Delaware bodies on top of each other. Surprised anyone knew where the puck was on that one.
I couldn't even keep up. I didn't know what to say. Here's Airy shooting. That one is blocked. Here come the Blue Hens. So a sequence there. As body goes down, now here's Healy. Trying to slow the pace a little bit. Eden flings one in. Beganowski will get to the bench. Eden applies the pressure. 2:30 left in the first period. Maryland up 1-0. A lot of back and forth the last couple minutes. Here's James Body. Body's moving in. Denied by Hooper. Right in front, it tips into his glove. And a little flash of the leather there for the whistle. So 2:15 left in the period.
And clearly the MVP, I think, of this game so far has been Delaware goaltender Joe Hooper. I mean, he's just been everywhere on the ice. I mean, he's made some great saves close to him, outside. And even when he was trampled in that scuffle behind the net, he still stayed tall. And Maryland definitely have to find a way to get around him.
Here's Muirhead in the corner. Trevor Drake behind the net. Now Muirhead gloves it. Itzkovich. That's Newnham shooting. Looks like it went off the glove of Hooper and out of play. This line, I mean, I tell you, their chemistry looks really good so far this year. Muirhead, Newnham, and Drake. That second line.
I mean, the statistics back it up. Drake and Newnham combined have 24 points. I mean, just that stat alone shows you how much production they've had on the ice.
Here's DePoy fighting for that puck. Going up against 2 or 3 Blue Hens there. Takis steps into it, and now Bazin. Got a whistle. Is this going to be a penalty? It looks like it is on Delaware. Yeah, the referee in the back blew it. The referee was all the way toward the Maryland's blue line. And I missed the call. Is that a slash? I believe it was a slash.
So the third power play for Maryland tonight. We'll see if they can capitalize before the end of the first.
So either way, 5-on-4. If they don't score, it'll carry over into the second period. The clock for the 2-minute penalty took a while to start, so Delaware was yelling. Now here's Healy in front shooting off of Hooper. Newnham was looking for the rebound. Now Teskey goes to get it. 1:10 left in the first.
Oh, and now it looks like some scuffles in front of the Delaware net.
And it looks like Newnham's going to go to the box.
It looked like him and Delaware's Nick Lawson were getting at it in front of the net. It's definitely some emotion is already running high here in this first period.
So it's going to be a 4-on-4. And now they start the clock for the Newnham penalty. Get this sorted out.
Looks like we'll have our first 4-on-4 this evening. If these penalties hold up.
It should be a 4-on-4. Roll Terps, we see you in the chat. That's right.
Absolutely.
So waiting for things to get sorted out here. It's a mess on the scoreboard right now.
At this rate, we're going to run out of penalty slots in the scoreboard, Matt.
Right now it says there's a 1:33 left. That's from the prior Delaware penalty. And it looks like there's going to be, oh, they just took one off.
And that first Delaware penalty, I believe, that started late, so they're going to have to adjust that one as well if they have not already. We're waiting the final.
And here we go. The officials leave the scorer's table. So on the ice for the Terps, it's DePoy, Drake, Airy, and Tomaszewski. And I really couldn't tell you what's going on, Benji.
Yeah, a lot of things going on the ice. Referees were still talking to both benches. And it seems like we're finally going to get a face-off here. It does look like we're going to be, looks like a 4-on-3, Matt.
4-on-3.
Maryland having the advantage there.
I think they need to fix the scoreboard first.
And the referees again converging near the team's benches.
It would make sense to be a 4-on-3 if it's going to be the dueling penalties. Because Delaware had that penalty prior. Only 27 seconds elapsed from that. Patrick Swain for Delaware's voicing his frustration. But exactly 1 minute left in the period. Now it's a 5-on-4.
This mystery just keeps unraveling, Matt.
We'll get this sorted out during the intermission. We'll bring it back to you, all you watching at home. We'll get the update from the coaching staff. Here's Trevor Drake. Shooting one is airy off the pad of Hooper. Backhanded out by Dylan Green. Here's Tomaszewski. Drake for DePoy. Out of the zone. 35 seconds left, 1:06 left on the Delaware penalty. Here's Trevor Drake with the puck. Gives it over for Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski into the offensive zone. Maneuvering around Nauman. Drake shooting. That one goes wide. Airy gets the loose puck. 10 seconds left in the period. DePoy behind the net. Here's Drake. And it's picked off by Delaware. 1 second, and that'll do it. So Maryland will go to the locker room up 1-0. As there you hear a horn malfunction. And what is going on this period, Benji? Can you explain?
We've really seen a mix of everything tonight. We're definitely going to get those penalties cleared up during intermission because both the benches, refs, everyone seems to be very confused at the end of that period with adjusting the penalty times and adjusting how many people should be on the ice. Definitely a lot of confusion, and goal horn malfunction at the end really just encapsulated that last leg of that period.
So the Maryland goal was from Max Newnham. That was with 7:35 left in the first period. That's Newnham's 8th goal of the season. So we'll take a break here on the Maryland Hockey Network. Stay with us. Still got 40 minutes left to play. Matt Fusillo, Benji Ferraro.
Welcome back to the Maryland Hockey Network. I'm Benjamin Ferraro. I'll be joined Terps lead 1-0 at the end of the first. That was Newnham in the first, scoring his 8th goal of the season to put the Terps on the board. There's a little bit of confusion at the end of that first period. A couple of confusions with the penalty times and how many men are supposed to be on the ice for both teams. We not get clarification on that immediately, but hopefully we'll get a sense of what happened at the end of that period as this game goes on. Here's the opening face-off. Delaware wins that, but they dump it. Maryland back with possession. They take it into Delaware zone.
So here's Andrew DePoy with the puck for the Terps. 10 seconds left on the Delaware penalty. Which is centering feed. That one, no success there. Here's Tomaszewski into the offensive zone. Tomaszewski shooting off of Hooper. And here's Jay Quinn for the Hens. He gets tripped up. Winded around by Sean Lapinski. Shot, that one was redirected off the stick of Aiden Rodriguez. Now here comes Nick Lawson moving in. He goes behind the net. Lawson drops it back, was looking for Lapinski. It goes out of the zone. So Michael Buckman goes to chase. Terps get a full change. Almost a full change, excuse me. Airy stays on. Here comes Eden. He's got Healy and Beganowski. Beganowski shooting. That one goes wide. Now here's Itzkovich for Healy. Itzkovich again trying to take it in the corner. Michael Buckman for the Hens. He goes off the glass, past center ice. Teskey plays the puck for the Terps. Just under 2 minutes into this second frame. Centering feed in front for Nick Lawson. Puck goes off of the referee. Now Itzkovich going at it with Lawson. Taken by Beganowski. Still keep it in. Nauman. Lawson goes for the puck. Now he goes to the bench. Itzkovich winds it around for Healy. Tucker Healy for the Terps. Off the glass, out of the zone. Eden goes to chase it. Sticks away by Hooper. Now lifted the stick by Eden. DePoy and Bazin come on. Now Eden gets to the bench. And Takis hops on the ice. Now here's DePoy for the Terps. Andrew DePoy goes down. No penalty on the play. Patted away by Hooper. Centering feed looking for DePoy. Off the stick of Tomaszewski. Bazin keeps it in. Chasing at it is Takis now. Applied pressure by the Terps. Now they get it out, the Hens. And here's a breakaway. Saunders Penn. Couldn't really get to it there. Now DePoy will take the puck. So here's Andrew DePoy. He'll backhand one in, and it's covered by Hooper for the whistle.
And Penn for Delaware had a chance to get the puck off the rebound after that breakaway, but none of his teammates were behind him to recover. So Terrapins able to take advantage of that turnover.
So for the Terps, Matthew Kravitsky, Chase Wilson, Andrew McMenamin, Hunter Airy with James Body. Kravitsky now along the boards. Wilson is in there to help him. Wilson comes away with the puck. It's picked off by Vecchio. Here's Vecchio in the offensive zone with Crane. Vecchio shoots one. That goes off the stick of Pelletier into the netting for a whistle.
And Maryland had such a big advantage in shots last period. continuing to pepper shots there. But Delaware also getting some quality chances in the beginning stages of this period. So both teams definitely trading shots, going back and forth. Maryland's still holding the advantage here in terms of shots on net, though.
James Body behind the net, taken away by the Hens. Feed in front for Crane. Gloved by Peltier for the whistle. Noonan will take the face-off. Wins it back. Airy shovels one for Body. Now Drake going at it. We've got a whistle here. Just going to be a hand pass. Face-off comes out of the zone. So we'll do this again. 15:43 left in the second period. This time it's won back by the Hens. Here comes Crane. Crane with Vecchio with him. Now with Terps take. It's Andrew Muirhead. Muirhead over center ice. He gets hard into the boards by the opposing number 10, Austin Vecchio. Here's Noonan in front for Muirhead. Off his stick, he can't control it. Now here's Noonan. Noonan, a nice move. Noonan hits Vecchio. Now here comes Hunter Airy. He's got Drake with him. Here's Airy around the net. Here's Drake now. Drake pushes it in the corner. Now Noonan shooting off of Hooper. Max Noonan looking for his second of the night, adding to the Terps' lead. It remains 1-0. Puck is controlled by Peltier, and he'll cover with Sean Lipinski trying to race in.
Earlier today in our Maryland sports, Maryland football, they fell to the Purdue Boilermakers by a score of 31-29. Heartbreaking loss for Maryland earlier today. Terrapins hockey looking to get that win. Revenge their football brethren.
Terps hockey D3 team, the men's D3 team, they're playing at Capital One Arena right now against the United States Naval Academy. Pretty cool. Following the Capitals Blue Jackets preseason game. I believe it's a running clock game, but regardless, very cool opportunity for the D3 team. Last night, the women's D2 team defeated Georgetown 13-0. Tomorrow, this Maryland D2 team is at Stevenson. Just like last week, they'll be back at the Reisterstown Sportsplex at 5:45, that puck drop. They played at Stevenson on a Sunday evening last year. They'll do it again this year. They play 4 games against Stevenson. They already played last week. I believe this trip tomorrow will be their last one at the Reisterstown Sportsplex this year, and then the next 2 will be home for the Terps later on in the season.
And that first game was a rout. Maryland dominated thoroughly. But again, you can play the same team 3 more times. You have to think that you're going to see some different adjustments that Stevenson will make.
And things got chippy last week between the two, so you'd assume that'll be sustained throughout the next 3 games. Obviously, conference rivals, about 45 minutes away from each other. In-state battle. Reisterstown and College Park, not too far from each other. In fact, it's really one of the closer teams that Maryland's going to play this year. Outside of Georgetown, George Washington, Delaware is not too far. But then again, you got teams like UNC Wilmington that they're going to travel to later in the year. Florida Gulf Coast. We hope that still happens. Obviously, they were shaken by Hurricane Ian, so we hope everything is going well with them. Here comes Andrew McMenamin for the Terps. Airy in front of the net. Tried chopping at it is Wilson. That one goes off the pipe and rebound and score. Hunter Airy, 2-0.
And again, Maryland all season, that second effort off that first shot, and right there, able to capitalize.
And they just waved off the goal.
And that is a deflating call for the Terrapins, Matt.
They're calling it a high stick. A high stick on Chase Wilson.
And that came immediately after the goal.
Did he even touch the puck? I'm not sure.
Maryland already having a tougher time than usual breaking through this game. And a crucial
Faceoff comes all the way back to the Maryland end as well. Sorry, Benji. So the goal is waved off. Airy got the rebound. It goes off the pipe. Airy taps it in. The referee waves it off. Now Joe Carter is going at the ref. And Coach Carter is fired up. And Will Wilson's going to the penalty box.
And you have to think between how the first period ended with the confusion on those penalty calls, and then now with that waved goal, definitely some frustration setting in for the Maryland Terrapins. We'll see how they respond to that waved goal.
So an unfortunate break for the Terps.
Fortunately, no luxury of instant replay for this game, Matt, but I would like to see that again.
We'll have the replay on the Maryland Hockey Network, though.
We will.
I'm sure our team will be looking at that one. Vecchio off the draw, shooting one. That one is Will Jowett, goes wide of the net. So this is all sorted out now. The Blue Hens will have a power play. Chase Wilson in the box. Airy will get the clear. Played by Hooper. DePoy applying pressure. Austin Vecchio into the offensive zone. Checked by Joey Takis. That penalty core for the Terps is Itzkovich, Takis, Airy, and DePoy. Here's Green along the point, shooting. Saved by Peltier. Now here's Vecchio. Gives it over for Jowett. Jowett for Green. Green will push it ahead behind the net. Now Jowett. Punched at by Itzkovich, but he can't get it out. Vecchio is crunched by Takis, and the Terps get a clear. It's Itzkovich. 41 seconds left on the man advantage. Dylan Green for the Hens, pushing it ahead for Nauman. Nauman moving in, throws on the brakes, goes off the boards. Tomaszewski now. Muirhead chops it out. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Hooper plays it. Gives it to his teammate Rodriguez. Now here's Nauman. 7 seconds left. Tomaszewski misses that one. He gets hit hard. That was a late hit. Now the Maryland coaches are irate. That's a very late hit. Here's a break. Chase Wilson out of the penalty box. And a save by Hooper. Trying to get it ahead for Newnham. And that one goes into the glass. So Wilson straight out of the box. He had the breakaway now in front for Tomaszewski. Chopping at it. And the Hens take control. Now it's a 2-on-1, and we have a whistle.
It might have been a late hit out of frustration.
Chase Wilson is not happy. He goes to the bench. We got an interference call now.
For Blue Hens, Michael Nauman, obviously Delaware has had trouble scoring this season, but he does have multiple points in games this season. So definitely someone that Maryland hasn't been able to neutralize thus far, but definitely someone to look out for if they do break through.
Off the face-off. Here's Newnham. Across for Eden. Drops it for Teskey. Eden back for Teskey. Shooting one. Wide. Here's Healy again. That was Newnham shooting another one. Healy regains the puck. He circles it around. Drops it back for the quarterback, Teskey. For Max Newnham. Right for Bieganowski. That one's blocked. They're still fighting for it, and they get the clear. Benji, do you think this game has reached the tier of madness yet?
Based on how this game has unfolded, Matt, I don't think we've even seen half of it.
Here's Liam Eden with the puck. Racing ahead. 1:16 left of power play time. He goes down, and he gets... Hope he's okay there. He fell into the pipe. And now Bieganowski sits with them. Flashback playoffs last year at Ryder when Bieganowski got hit and Eden sat next to him. Maybe that's why he did it.
And you just sense the camaraderie between those two players. They were supporting one another.
That video was posted onto the Liam Eden Instagram account a couple weeks back at the start of this season. So on the ice for the Terps, it's DePoy, Muirhead, Airy, Trevor Drake, and looks like Tomaszewski. DePoy on the draw. It's won back by Will Jowett. Now here's Tomaszewski controlling. 1 minute left on the man advantage. Terps looking to tack on to their lead. It's a 1-0 hockey game with 9:33 left in the second period. Trevor Drake over Airy. Airy has it now. It's blocked by Lipinski. Taken out by the Hens. Josh Flam along the red line. Drake trying to get a pickpocket there, but it's taken by Tomaszewski. Hammering one in, gloved by Hooper. He cannot hold it. Lipinski now trying to get it out, but it's kept in by Itzkovich behind the net. 23 seconds left on the power play. Flung out of the zone, played by Peltier. Tomaszewski for Itzkovich. 8 seconds left on the man advantage. Itzkovich chips one over for Drake. Here comes Trevor Drake. He's got 5 goals and 6 assists so far this season, but the penalty is up. Rodriguez goes back to the bench. 5-on-5. 8:30 left in the second period. Here comes Chase Wilson looking for some redemption. Puck comes off his stick. Now Kravitsky trying to whack at it. And we have a whistle. So the faceoff will be in the offensive zone for the Terps. Kravitsky, Wilson, McMenamin, Itzkovich, Teskey. It's won back by Kravitsky. Teskey now. Wilson trying to get a handle on it. He pushes Dylan Green down to the ice. Brian Teskey now on his own end gives it to McMenamin. And McMenamin will backhand one as he gets hit into the boards by Saunders Penn. Here comes Kravitsky. He's got Wilson with him. Now McMenamin. It's gloved by Hooper. He'll cover for the whistle. 7:42 left in the period.
After some chaos at the beginning of this second period, things have seemed to mellow down a little bit. Both teams trading shots, but none capitalizing.
One back by the Blue Hens, that draw. And goes out of play, so we'll do it again.
Also, of course, for sports fans out there, you know that it is still the wild card round of the MLB. 2 games
Good
going on
games
right now.
today, right?
Great games today. Mariners coming back from 8-1 down to beat the Blue Jays.
Mariners beat the Blue Jays. How about the other game, the Guardians?
15 innings, yeah. And a classic.
Guardians and the Rays, 15 innings. That was another good one. If only Terps football hung on, right? Would have been a good day for sports.
Well, 3 for 4, I suppose, is better than none at all.
Well, we said it last week at Stevenson. They like to disappoint us. 1 week later, they did it again. That one was tipped by Healy. Almost goes in. Now here's Eden trying to get at that puck, but it's taken by the Hens. Matt Crane. Big hit by Airy. Airy couldn't control that one. Centering feed. Couldn't be handled by Vecchio. Crane gives it back for Vecchio, who drops it for Buckman. Right on goal. Peltier fighting for it, and they score. And they wave it off.
That is unbelievable. That would be the second goal that we waved off tonight. What was that call there by the ref?
So the Maryland goal gets waved off, and later in the period, Delaware gets their goal waved off.
There were a lot of bodies in front of that net. So I wonder if that had anything to do with the goal being waved off there for the Blue Hens.
I'm not sure if that was goaltender interference or what, but they were very close to Peltier, and Peltier jumped out. So the Terps are going to get a power play. They pick the left side.
I said before, we haven't even seen the other half of this game so far, Matt, and
You're
it
right.
just keeps proving us wrong that anything can happen.
Here's DePoy behind the net off the face-off. So Terps power play. Nice play by Airy on center ice to prevent a good chance for the Hens. Here's Drake shooting, gloved by Hooper. Hooper's glove has been really good tonight.
He's made some great snags. He's made a great one in the first period on a breakaway. So good stuff from him. Maryland is definitely going to have to keep up their A game offensively in order to get the puck past him. If they're lucky, maybe they'll avoid some waved off goals as well.
So Quinn wins back the face-off, but Trevor Drake will take the puck for the Terps. Tomaszewski. Over for Drake. Drake looking for something. Drake gets hit. Double teamed there. Now Tomaszewski back at the point. Shooting one on goal, covered by Hooper. 1:26 left of power play time. Maryland will get a full change. And it looks like the Hens will too. So it's going to be Healy on the faceoff against John Tomaitis. One back by Tomaitis. Here's Beganowski for the Terps. Hounded by Rodriguez. They get it over for Tomaitis. Now here's Rodriguez. Comes out of the zone towards center ice. Now here's Tucker Healy. Teske now for the Terps. There's Max Noonan moving, and Noonan shooting high. And we see him do that a lot this year. He moves in on the wing, and he gets close to the net, and he's just able to get it so high. I mean, really his shot is just awesome.
And it really just goes towards just this Maryland offense in general, just able to just find new ways to keep the play alive. And he definitely does a great job of that.
He comes in on that left side and he just roofs it, but always. He obviously scored plenty of goals this year, but whenever it is a save, it's always off the shoulder or something up high.
Really makes the goaltender work for all of his shots, Matt.
Got by Teskey. That one was patted away by Hooper. Pelletier taps his stick, so the Blue Hen penalty is up. Liam Eden trying to get the puck behind the net. Fought at by Newnham. Tomitis tried hitting Newnham, but he misses that one. Now here come the Hens. We actually don't have that number on our score sheet, number 2 for Delaware. Not sure if they switched the number before the game or what. Now here's the Hens behind the net. That's Matt Crane. Checked by Kravitsky. Seeing some comments now in our Maryland Hockey Network chat. We love the comments. Keep firing them in. We love engaging with our audience. Maryland Hockey Network is a program filled with dialogue. We love it. Now here's Tomaszewski.
We always love that fan interaction, Matt.
We do.
Goes both ways.
Patrick Flaherty gives it over for Dylan Green. Rifles it in. I don't think Pelletier saw it. Now he goes out. Big hit by Andre Bazin. Dumped in by Itzkovich. Maryland will get a change. Kravitsky will go off too. So DePoy and Airy are on. Here's DePoy with the puck. Centering feed. Now it's Matt Crane. Picked off by DePoy. Here come the Terps. They're outnumbered. DePoy dumps it in. He's the only one there as Maryland gets a change. 2:07 left in the second period. 1-0 hockey game. We're glad you could join us on the Maryland Hockey Network. Matt Fusillo and Benji Ferraro bringing to you our 5th live stream of the season, the second one with video on the Maryland Hockey Network YouTube page. And boy, do we miss that. We'll be back at it again tomorrow night at 5:45 at Stevenson.
Took a while to get the kinks working with the broadcast, but really happy to bring you it the second time here tonight.
A lot of scrambling with wires, cables, gadgets. You should see the apartment, ladies and gentlemen, the last 2 weeks. It was madness. We got everything finally figured out.
Kind of like hockey, a lot of times trial and error. Once it works, stick to it.
That's right, but we found our recipe, I believe. All is working and looking good. We're going to continue to do our best every game. Off the face-off, it's Airy. Now here's Bazin trying to get to that puck, but it's taken by Nauman for the Blue Hens. Here's Airy now for DePoy. It's a 2-on-2. He's got Takis with him. DePoy shooting, and it's redirected out of play. So the face-off will be to the right of Joe Hooper. Top line is out for the Terps. Not until it's taken by Michael Nauman. Now Eden recollects. Over for Healy. Saved by Hooper.
Hooper's made pretty much every type of save tonight for the Blue Hens. Making a great pad stop there. Sliding from one end of the net.
Huey chopped that one out of the zone for Delaware chance. 36 seconds left in the second period. Teskey, he's got Beganowski with him. It's taken by Lawson, shooting. That one goes wide. That was Saunders' pen. Now redirection in front. That puck goes out of the zone.
Great chances for both teams, unable to capitalize. Either great goaltending or shots just going wide there.
Itzkovich for Teskey. 13 seconds left. One last chance for the Terps. No, it's out of the zone. Peltier plays the puck. And that will do it. Right as the clock strikes 11 p.m. Second period's over. Score remains 1-0. Newnham scoring in the first period. Both teams put the puck in the net this period, though, and both of those goals got waved off.
I think it's not about exactly what happened this period, but what could have happened. Those two waved off goals, crucial in momentum, but none of the teams able to capitalize otherwise. So we'll see how the rest unfolds after the second intermission.
So that'll do it for the second period on the Maryland Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. We still got 20 minutes left to play. We'll take a break for now. Okay, almost time for the third period. Matt Fusillo and Benji Ferraro on the Maryland Hockey Network. We thank you for joining us. 20 minutes left to play. Before the third period starts, we just want to tell you about a little fundraiser. Well, not a little fundraiser, a very big fundraiser that the Maryland hockey team is doing. Monday, October 17th, the team is going to the Washington Capitals game. They're playing the Vancouver Canucks that night at 7 p.m. at Capital One Arena. And the fundraiser is they're selling tickets. Tickets are $40 each. You must pay via Venmo. We will attach a Google form where you can sign up. The link is already in the chat, but we'll send it again so you can see it. And please consider donating and going to this Terps big fundraiser. Should be a fun time.
Also, make sure to visit our Twitter and Instagram pages for updated info as we get closer to the date.
The link is in our socials. It's on the Facebook page, the Twitter page, and the Instagram page. And there you go. The form is now in the chat. It's a Google form where you can sign up. You just put your name and email and number. And
on that note, also our Facebook, also a great place to get some updated info on that information.
Yes, absolutely. So we play here in the third period. Maryland up 1-0. Both teams put the puck in the back of the net last period, but both goals were waved off as Healy shoots one high and wide. Here's Eden shooting. That one's blocked by Jowett. Beakonowski trying to pull the trigger, but he fans on it.
And this type of game where both teams are frustrated with those goals that were waved off, whoever capitalizes first is going to get a huge relief off their back that they're able to get it in after that frustration. So definitely whoever scores this opening goal, if we do get one this period, will definitely be huge.
Body wires one off the glass. Now here come the Hens. It's 2-on-2. Andre Bozin for the Terps. Center ice detected by Rodriguez, and he hammers one back in. Joey Takis trying to get it out. They do. Quickly picked off by Rodriguez. Now Body takes it for the Terps. Body over for his partner, Airy. Here's a giveaway right in front. And that one couldn't be handled by Matt Crane. So Vecchio and Crane going back and forth. They've been doing that all night. Now here come the Hens. Michael Buckman. He's hit by Muirhead. Now here's Muirhead. A hit off the boards. Now James Body. Michael Nauman for Delaware. Played off the stick of Henry Pelletier. Shoving at it is Ryan Lau. Short center ice. And Itzkovich takes it forward Maryland. Off the boards, now Tomaszewski. Up ahead for Drake. He's got Noonan with him. Drake backhands one. Itzkovich shooting on goal, gloved. And Itzkovich gets hit.
And that was a huge hit near the boards.
Josh Flam
did have an opportunity there to score. Just a missed pass. Miscommunication possibly.
So Drake and Noonan stay on. Now they come off.
I believe that's Brandon Chen coming on for the Terrapins.
Yep, number 31, playing with Teskey. Chen is that floating skater tonight. Playing in his first game as a D2 Terp. Shot off the stick of Teskey is blocked in front by Flam. Chasing after it is Healy. Winds it over for Teskey. Teskey a shot on goal. Save by Hooper. Now here come the Hens. Nick Lawson. Now Liam Eden racing after it. Eden controls it. Gives it for Beganowski. Now Huey. Out of the zone.
Hooper coming up big for the Blue Hens on these last possessions for the Maryland offense.
Definitely been active tonight. Brandon Chen for the Terps, over for Kravitsky. Barely staying on side is Chase Wilson. Now Kravitsky with the puck. After shooting one, here's Koo. Jetson Koo in the corner. Can't get much help there. It's taken by Jowett. Jowett for Lawson. Dylan Green for the Blue Hens. Picked off by Kravitsky, sharing a couple bumps with Jowett, the two number 11s.
Delaware takes it from behind their own net. They take it into Maryland's offensive zone. Delaware takes over again. They'll get a shot off, but that goes wide of the Maryland net.
Now here's Airy. Hammered in by Jason Liu. Liu had a couple penalties earlier that dust up. Now here comes Andrew DePoy. Andrew DePoy moving and shooting, and he scores! Andrew DePoy, 2-0 Maryland.
And his second goal this season, a huge momentum swing. Both teams desperately trying to get that puck in the net after two waved off goals in the second period. What a breakthrough for Terrapins here in the third.
That's his second goal of the season. He scored his first just a couple weeks ago. And the Terps are able to light the lamp once again. They now have a 2-goal lead.
You have to feel happy for him. He's always active in both ends of the ice, and just having him capitalize there, huge.
The junior from DC went all of last year without a goal. I think he got unlucky. He had so many chances last year, really every game. Now here's Muirhead in front. And that one goes into the netting for a whistle.
And all of a sudden, you do feel that energy shift towards the Terrapins. Another close chance there. So how important that last goal was.
Newnham will take the face-off here. It's won by the Blue Hens. Here's Rodriguez.
And that puck will go out of play. And we'll have a face-off shortly in the Delaware zone. That's Newnham taking the face-off for the Terrapins. They'll win that. Shot towards the net.
Itzkovich trying to keep it out. Keep it in, excuse me. Taken now by Crane. Blocked by Tomaszewski. Itzkovich behind the net. Bad giveaway. Oh, a great save by Peltier off his blocker.
And that was all on him. And he was just able to get in front, get his whole body in front of that shot.
Stuck out his blocker. I believe it went off of it. And then off the boards. Teskey now for the Terps. Now Newnham up ahead for Drake. Now here's a 2-on-0. Muirhead for Drake. Drake back for Newnham for Drake. And he scores! Trevor Drake.
And that's not something you see often. Not just one guy in a breakaway, but yeah, two.
playing hot potato in front of the net. How many passes could you do? Drake and Muirhead go back and forth, and they make it 3-0.
In that whole sequence, if you're the goaltender of Delaware, it's basically pick your poison because it's so hard to stop that advantage. A 2-on-0 score for the Terrapins. It's 3-0, Matt.
We talked about that line's chemistry. Newnham, Drake, and Muirhead. And what a great example that was. Now here's Beganowski. He gets checked and goes, there's a stick caught up.
They've been so dominant this season, and give credit to Delaware. For most of this game, they've been effective stopping them. But that first goal here in the third to make it 2-0 really seemed to give the Terrapins momentum, and they followed up with yet another goal in this game. Starting to come, definitely for the Terrapins, a little bit of a breathing room.
Definitely some breathing room. 12:41 left. Got to close it out, though. They've been perfect so far this year, 4-0. Looking to go 5-0. Just over half a period left. Puck is chopped out of the zone. Now Body hammers it in. Here's Teskey. Over for Eden. In front. Goes wide. Body now chips it for Healy off his glove. And we got a delayed penalty here. It's going to be on the Hens.
Delaware head coach shaking his head there. He knows that the last thing his team wants is to be on the defensive yet again. They need scoring chances and quick. And being on the penalty kill here certainly would not help that. Terrapins looking to capitalize once again.
Patrick Swain in the penalty box for the Hens.
Looked like that was Tom DeMinas, Delaware, talking to the ref there, continuing to talk. Seems frustrated with the call as he will take the face-off. Maryland on the power play. Under 12 minutes remaining. And they score. Maryland in front of the net, tapped it in past the goaltender, Cooper, and it's 4-0.
And that's going to be a power play goal for the Terps. Delaware still barking at the officials. And is that going to be DePoy's goal? Whose is that? And Delaware is definitely not happy. It's a 4-0 hockey game. It is Andrew DePoy. So his second of the game. Now here comes again. So how do you like that? DePoy getting his first goal as a Terp a couple weeks ago. And then tonight he tacks on 2 more.
And Maryland just heating up at the right time. Only 1 goal in 2 periods. Very unlike them. They've been averaging around 6 goals a game. And they come alive here in the third in the nick of time.
And here's going to be a penalty. It's going to be on Maryland this time. It's an interference call.
And that last goal for Maryland, right off the face-off to begin their power play. A scrum in front of the net. And DePoy able to tap it in for his second goal of the season.
Off the face-off, Teskey gets it out of the zone. So it's Daniel Tomaszewski, 2 minutes for interference. Dylan Green taken away. It's Chase Wilson, and he'll just fling it ahead.
Maryland dumps it into the Delaware zone. The Blue Hens will take over.
Here comes Vecchio, crossing over the Gardens Ice House logo at center ice. Now Muirhead goes off his teammate Itzkovich, and Takis gets the clear. If I'm Coach Carter, I have to be pleased with how my team is playing tonight.
Just that response on offense, struggling first 2 periods, and again to get those 3 quick ones here in the third. Definitely have pulled away here. Now I think at this point you really shift from gaining back that momentum to holding on to that lead. Not necessarily play keep away, but continue to play good hockey.
And it's been pretty close the whole night. I mean, only until this period they started to score all these goals and break it open.
And no matter what the final score ends up being, give credit to the Blue Hens for coming in and really giving this undefeated Maryland Terrapins team all they can handle through the first 2 periods. But Maryland being able to pull away here in the final frame.
Newnham scored 12 and a half minutes into the first, so Maryland was playing with a 1-0 lead for a while. And then DePoy, Drake, and then DePoy again in the third.
Correction from earlier. DePoy, that's the second goal of the night. He has 3 on the season.
Yes. Five seconds left on the power play for the Hens. Thank you for staying with us here in the Maryland Hockey Network as the clock approaches midnight. These late games. That's ACHA hockey, though. Here's Tucker Healy. Patrick Flaherty for the Blue Hens. What do you think about those Delaware jerseys, Benji?
You can't go wrong with blue and yellow. Always works.
I think I'm a big fan. Saucer for Healy. And he tips that one on goal, saved by Hooper.
I will say, Matt, even though the blue and yellow, good color combination, there is something about the red and yellow. I believe that.
Well, you look at the St. Louis Blues, they have really good jerseys, that blue and yellow.
They do. Oh, I think a little bit of a darker blue, I think works a little better. Obviously, still classic jerseys, I think, on both sides.
The Delaware jerseys are definitely more traditional. I mean, they're almost all white. As there's a feet in front covered by Hooper. You got those, the yellow stripe on either arm, one yellow stripe on the socks as well. Maryland jerseys are just, they're incredible.
It really goes for all sports, really incorporating that Maryland flag element.
Basketball,
making it special.
Football.
Yep.
Soccer's got good ones. Tomaszewski now for Wilson. Covered by Hooper again.
That's Hooper's 3rd save, really, in the last 45 seconds or so. Maryland really hammering the puck away this period as they pull away. Lead by 4 goals about 8.5 minutes to go.
Kravitsky shooting. That one's blocked. Taken by Saunders Penn. Penn for Variali. Looks like pinball there. We're singing Pinball Wizard on the way over here tonight.
Be very fitting for that moment there.
Now here's Saunders Penn for Delaware. He's checked by Chase Wilson. Now Hunter Henry over for Wilson. Wilson's tired. He'll get to the bench. Now here's Newnham. And now Muirhead in the thick of it.
Patrick Swain of Delaware did not like that contact with his goaltender, and
Muirhead bumped into Hooper. He's probably accidental. He's just going for the puck. But Muirhead's always in the thick of that. Swain pushes him down, as you said. No extracurricular activity, though. Face off to Hooper's right. Muirhead, Newnham, and Drake with Koo and Airy. And that's going to be a high stick. Muirhead tapped that one a little bit too high. And they're going to bring this one into the Maryland defensive zone. It's a little interesting. Newnham shakes his head. Puck is won back by Delaware, and it goes out of the zone. 7:11 left in the third. Shooting one wide. That's Jake Quinn. Pressed along the boards is Jetson Koo. Newnham comes in. That's going to be a penalty. And here we go. Max Newnham. Here's your extracurricular activity.
it seems we almost jinxed that into existence, Matt. And pretty much everyone on the ice has someone in their sights.
So it looks like there's going to be a penalty on Newnham at least. We'll see if there's anything else.
Yeah, we talked about earlier these matchups with proximity to each other. Delaware not too far from Maryland. On top of the score, you can really tell these two teams really getting into it late here.
So the Newnham penalty is a cross check. I mean, he came flying in there. I think Maryland has a little bit of a break here if it's going to be offsetting penalties or dueling penalties.
And it looks like the refs still talking things over at the Maryland bench as we sort this out. Does look like it's going to be 4-on-4 if I stand corrected.
4-on-4. For the Terps, it's Beganowski, Teske, Tomaszewski, and Eden. For the Hens, Nauman, Lou, Vecchio, and the man who shall not be named, number 2. Liam Eden for Beganowski. Back for Eden. No success there. Now here comes Vecchio. Tomaszewski. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period. 4-on-4 hockey. Here's Liam Eden. Puts on the brakes, gives it for Teske. Teske shooting, that's blocked by Green. Eden behind the net. He's getting double teamed, but he wouldn't let it go. Green gets it out. Here's Vecchio, Austin Vecchio. Now here's the man who shall not be named, a shot off the shoulder of Pelletier, and it goes off the netting.
And Maryland tonight not only looking for their 5th win of the season, but it would be also their 2nd shutout of the year. And impressive enough as it is that they're undefeated. Having the opportunity here of under 6 minutes to go to accomplish that would be quite a feat.
Here's Tucker Healy for the Terps. He's got Muirhead with him, along with Hunter Airy. Healy goes down, gets up and gets the puck. Now Airy. A lot more open ice here with the 4-on-4. Rips one over for Healy. Healy gets tied up. Shot by Itzkovich. That one goes wide. Muirhead might have gotten a piece. Healy now for Muirhead. Muirhead! Glove save by Hooper. How many times have we seen that glove tonight?
We've seen it a lot, and despite his best efforts, Maryland has been able to get past him this period. Definitely a factor in them taking this 4-goal lead.
Teske, Takis, Depoy, Tomaszewski. Won by Tomaitis. Teske, another glove save.
After the game, we really have to look at the other teams in their conference to see how their point differentials have been, because I'm really convinced that Maryland probably has one of the highest goal differentials in the league with how they've been beating all their opponents thus far.
Ryder played UConn earlier. Ryder lost. Ryder is in that conference. They lost 7-4. Ryder's the team that plays host in the mock playoffs. We were there last season. Drexel also had a game today, but I'm not sure of that result. Here's a shot by Takis, saved by Hooper. .435 left in the third. 4-0. Maryland on top. There's Joey Takis. Gives it over for Jetson Koo. Picked off by Nick Lawson. And this is going to be a penalty. Andre Bozin will go to the box. He knew it. And it's going to be a holding call. So the Hens will go back to the power play with just over 4 minutes left. Trying to get one on the board. They're trailing 4-0. Things have not gone their way so far this season. Here's Nauman for Rodriguez. Rodriguez shooting. Peltier had a screen in front of him. Now Swain. Out of the zone by Jetson Koo. Terp's going to change. Wilson and Kravitsky go off. Kravitsky's bumped into. Big hit. Max Newnham.
And I believe he's still the ice. He completely is laid down.
Now we get the whistle.
Seems to be okay.
Now he's okay. That's number 2, the one of the guys that we don't have his name. But he seems to be all right.
He just got the wind knocked out of him.
It's a big hit by Newnham. He came flying in. So 3:07 left in this one. 58 seconds left of penalty time on the Andre Bozin holding call. Newnham, Muirhead, Tomaszewski, and Teske.
Even more impressive for Maryland. They'll win this game handily, but this most likely will be the first game that they will have under 6 goals scored, and yet still as dominant as ever.
Scored 6 goals twice this year. The other 2 games we saw 8 goals and 9, was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Been an offensive machine thus far, as they are 2.5 minutes from becoming 5-0.
Behind the net is Vecchio. Shooting one wide of the net, Dylan Green. Boston out of the penalty box. He gets collided with. Now Newnham goes down. And now Newnham is going after it again. Newnham has been relentless tonight.
He's had some big hits. He's definitely been an antagonist on the ice. He's had, once again, though, a very productive night for the Terrapins.
Now, we were saying this is madness tonight. I think if you had a bingo card, you could get 5 in any direction possible.
I mean, we've had wave goals. Then that's come off their placing. We've had fights. Really had it all here tonight.
Eden and Swain talking with the refs.
For those watching on stream, we'll get that video back on shortly. Right now, both captains of Maryland and Delaware are talking things over with the refs.
So a lot of extracurricular fans are going at it with Newnham as they yell at him. So 1:10 left on the Maryland penalty. 1 minute left in the game, though. We apologize for this black screen. We're not sure what's going on with that. but we're hoping the audio works as well. I believe it does. So 48 seconds left in regulation time. A lot of chaos to sort through the last couple minutes. We apologize for the inconvenience, but regardless, Maryland is just moments away from picking up their 5th win of the year.
Almost fitting for this game. We've really seen everything, including on our end. So,
and we thank you for the clarification that the audio is working. We're not sure what's going on, but 23 seconds left in regulation time. Picked off by Trevor Drake. Drake shoots one that's gloved by Hooper, and he'll just hold on for the whistle. So it'll be Healy, Drake, Airy, and Teskey for the Terps. One right back by Healy, and he'll flip that one in. 12 seconds left. Down to the final 5 seconds. Slashed at by Trevor Drake, and that'll do it. So on a game that was physical, back and forth, whatever else you want to call it, Maryland wins 4-0. They advance to 5-0 on the season. Their second shutout by Henry Peltier as well. And
you can just see the jubilation from the Maryland squad coming to Peltier after that final whistle. I mean, you can just tell that this was an emotional win. It was a physical win. It took them a while to get going. They only led 1-0 after 2 periods, but once that third period got going, they started getting pucks into the net, and it just escalated from there. And yet another dominant win for the Maryland Terrapins, who, as you said, second shutout of the year and undefeated as well, still through 5 games.
So that'll just about do it on the Maryland Hockey Network. Once again, we want to remind you about that Capitals fundraiser, Monday, October 17th. The link is in the chat. We'll continue to post it on our social media platforms as well. Along with that, Maryland is back at it again tomorrow night, 5:45 p.m. at Stevenson, the Reisterstown Sportsplex. So we'll be back at it. Quick turnaround as the Terps play Stevenson once again. But as far as tonight goes, that'll do it. From Benji Ferraro, Ethan Posner, Brian Drake, my name is Matt Fusillo. And we say to you, good night.